I'm Giant Tubi.
And I'm Hopeless Romance.
And we bring another fine fan fiction of My Lion King 3, Simba's Pride of the Next Generation, Chapter 20, Distractions and Goofiness, Part 2. All music belongs to Cliff Edelman, Jerry Goldsmith, and James Horner. Rated PG-13 for blood and violence and some language. Here we go, Chapter 20, Distractions and Goofiness, Part 2. All-out war was going on between the lions and hyenas being played out. As many were being killed. It's now 3 p.m. and the heat was as high as at 107 degrees.
Cuts and slashes left and right. Tisa was killed by 3 hyenas as she was old and couldn't fight anymore. Then Mela killed them off quickly, then pursued to kill off the ones that killed Paka off.
Camilla was injured badly and ran out of the valley for fresh air. As she was old and ran back to the sick cave where Spotty and Dottie were guarding Brett and noticed the lionesses were bleeding.
Dottie walked over to Camille and helped her grandmother further inside.
"What's going on?" Brett asked. Spotty was speaking, but he couldn't understand what she said. "Well, I don't know what you're saying, but that lion is hurt. We need help." Spotty motioned to Brett as he was going to climb up Pride Rock.
Brett, a little scared, got on her as she carried him to the top of Pride Rock, was where the radio and the lookout equipment was. "Oh, you want my help?" Brett got on the radio and radioed Nicole to come back to the giant rock and treat a lion. Nicole did so right away.
Meanwhile, the human fight was intense as well. Jonny, Reed, Barry, Alan, Steve had wrestled the poachers to the ground. Barry and Alan had knocked out their opponents very quickly, but there were 2 other poachers that had them ready to fight. Reed and Jonny were delivering punchlines left and right and fought the henchmen.
"All right, bub, Pete sent you to the slaughterhouse and I'm the butcher."
Reed laughed as he socked the poacher in his face and had a hook to the left hook to the upper jaw. Meanwhile, Jonny was having much fun as Reed was having. "I'm Irish, laddie. Let's have this old school." Jonny slapped the poacher a bag of $100 bills. The poacher couldn't stop staring at the money as Jonny kept slapping him back and forth, enjoying himself.
Back with the animals, the fighting lions were getting the upper hand, especially since the Outlanders and Pridelanders were now unified.
Simba and Nala, at their old age, with balance and precise movement, striking hyenas at the heart had making quicker for the deaths. Both of them, at their generation, have lots of experience in war. However, younger lions in trouble. These younger lions had no training in warfare besides hunting. At this time, they would scar for them the rest of their lives forever. Nala and Meba, the lioness that smoked, was keeping count on the kills.
"I've got 45. Top that." "Fuck you, Nala. I got 50, she laughed.
"Well, I'll be headed soon. This weak bunch coming at me," Nala yelled back as she killed the hyenas. A lone hyena, badly injured, and ran away from the fighting and escaped the bloodied mess.
Mitu had finished off 3 more hyenas. Then he saw Kovu struggle with 2 of them. He went and helped Kovu kill them off. He recognized one of them.
It was the one that taunted him when he was a kid and charged and killed him and spat in his face. "That Rats for taunting me while I was a kid. You dirty, stupid, stinking mutts, Me Too spat in the dead hyena's face as he was dying. Thanks, Me Too, Kovu said. No problem, Kovu.
Then they spotted Bonsai and 2 other hyenas attacking lionesses. Shall we? Kovu asked with a raised eyebrow.
Let's, Me Too said with a cheery smile. Me Too pounced on Bonsai hard and bit deep into the neck. Blood was gushing out. As Bonsai was dying, Me Too whispered into his torn ear. That's for your former leader making my childhood a living hell. Then he rose up and roared.
Listen to me. Listen to me. See here who has been killed. Is not your glorious leader, Bonsai, dead before you? Me Too continued. There was only 17 hyenas left alive, most of them badly injured. They all looked up at the extremely light cream-colored lion that had been blood dripping from his mouth and saw a dead Bonsai under him. Simba stepped out of the mess.
Well done! Me Too. Now the rest of you. Wait a minute, Simba. Before you banish them, let them give a choice, Kovu interrupted. Oh. Okay, so Kovu, what do you suggest? Simba asked.
Well, they can submit and live here under strict surveillance under our rule, or banished to the desert where they can stay, and we can make sure they stay and try to survive in the desert where all of the services will be provided, Kovu explained.
I like that idea, Kovu. What do you think, Simba? Asked Nala. Okay, Okay, you heard your choices, hyenas. Well, it'll be.
The remaining survivors looked at each other and nodded. We'll be good, we promise, said a hyena.
See to it is. One false move or against us, you will be banished to the desert with no services, the Duke spat as Simba and Nala nodded in approval. Alright, you guys are wounded. You may tend to our sick birthing cave, and the rest of you disperse until tomorrow, where I'm assigning you guys an area to hunt, Tojo ordered.
Yes, sir, a hyena said, representing their group. Alright, anyone wounded go to the sick birthing cave. The rest of you will go with me. We're going to see how the humans are doing. They may need our help, Simba ordered.
Mr. Snowy, notify Rafiki about our wounded. Birdie, you escort the injured hyenas to the birth sick cave. Sweetie, you can scan the area for any survivors. Mr. Bluey, you're with me on my shoulder, Nala ordered. All the birds nodded and followed their orders.
Back where the humans were fighting, it was a stalemate. Reed had his opponent on the ground, and the others were doing the same when Jonny got his opponent to the ground after slapping him with $5 of $100 bills.
It's over, buddy, Jonny said.
I don't think so, said Pete.
I do, said Alan. Just then, lions had them surrounded. Then Kenyan military trucks and Hummers with torch guns showed up and surrounded the area.
It's all over now. The Kenyan authorities are here, said Barry. But how? A poacher asked.
Easy. I called ahead before I engaged you guys, said Jonny. You poachers are under arrest under the government of Kenya for violating illegal gaming act, the Preserved Land Order 902-103-324, a Kenyan authority said while other soldiers arrested and handcuffed the poachers. Sorry, Reed snickered as they were being taken away.
Thanks for your help, Simba told Jonny as Reed translated.
You are very welcome, Jonny said. My human doctor will assist the wounded. I have some cuts and scratches myself, and that will have to be taken care of. I do too, said Barry.
Well then, you're all welcome to come back to Pride Rock, said Nala.
Thank you so much, Your Highness, Steve said to Reed to translate.
slowly made it back to Pride Rock. Nicole was treating the wounded along with Rafiki, who came along with Snowy on his shoulder. Nicole was surprised a monkey knew about medical knowledge, but worked with him anyways. He even knew how to speak human English. He made a magical spell that allowed everyone to understand each other while the humans were still around.
This way, Reed didn't have to be stressed over translating. The hunting party came back with their wildebeest and antelope.
Mom, I made my first kill, Kiara joyfully said.
That's wonderful, Kiara. I killed 60 hyenas, Nala beamingly said.
61, Neva said as she walked by.
Ah, forget you, Nala replied.
All right, Kiara, Kovu said and gave her a kiss.
Good job, my daughter. I am very proud of you, Simba praised and hugged her.
I knew my little niece could do it one day, Nitu said.
You'll make a fine huntress and queen one day, Jonny said.
Why, thank you, Mr. 2B, Kiara said.
Just then, Johnny's pilot came running to Pride Rock.
Sir, you're not going to believe this.
What is it?
Well, sir, I was heading back to the airplane to make repairs and clean it. I noticed that the airplane was open. And, well, the pilot spun his wrist around and fidgeted.
Well, come on, man. Spit it out. What's wrong?
I don't know how you take this, sir.
Come on, what is it? Jonny getting slightly annoyed.
Does it happen in Everett, Linus drinking our liquor? I don't know how she got into the plane and found it, but she did, he said quickly.
What? What?
What? Jonny and Nala said in unison. Oh, Mother, Nala whispered under her breath in a frustrated tone. Excuse me, Mr. Tooby, but it appears my mother has found her way into your airplane. That's where she's been hiding all this time.
Aha! Jonny went, that's very weird. Drug addict, lions, nice, Reed frowned. I'll get the gun. What? No, don't do that, Jonny instructed Reed.
Why are you shooting down my gun idea? Pun intended, Reed grinned. Enough, Reed, you don't quite understand the situation.
Totally sorry about her. I'll explain on the way to the airplane, Mr. 2B. I won't miss all tea in China.
Nala raised their highbrow.
That, my friends, is the cliffhanger of Chapter 20, Distractions and Goofiness, Part 2. All music belongs to Cliff Edelman, James Horner, and Jerry Goldsmith. Rated PG-13 for blood. Non-recognizable characters are owned by me, and recognizable characters are owned by Walt Disney Animation. Thank you and have a good night.